I am just about finished with my recovery. Now, what's so out of whack that I need to recover? My fucking sleep schedule. Jesus, I mean that last forearm and calf workout, that little accessory day. Oh man, let's just say that was not a late night, but more like a very early morning lift. Definitely not conducive with a reasonable wake-up schedule. I mean, you get a little bit crazy when you fucking are thinking about getting blackout blinds because you don't want to be woken up by the sun coming in from your window. That's it. Apart from that, all is well. So 9:17 currently. So plan now is fucking thrash arms. So when it comes to the arm training specifically, it's kind of because all muscle is at its kind of basic core component. It's all the same sort of muscle fibers and whatnot. So sometimes I feel like it's a little silly to think like, oh, well, your abs are going to be worked best by doing like crazy high volume crunching and, like burning sets, like planks. And then, something like your calves are going to be better with like more frequent because they're like, but I definitely do like to hit certain muscles certain ways. Now, I think the majority of the reason why I like doing specific kind of styles of sets on like chest versus back or versus hamstrings versus calves or whatever else kind of just comes down to do with like, what fucking feels the best. So if I'm sitting here and I'm about to do triceps today, I've kind of begun to prioritize some lighter squeezing sets where the difficult part isn't necessarily moving the weight itself in the beginning. It's just that holding, squeezing, fucking kind of burning sensation at the bottom. And then going through the motion of the full stretch kind of feels like it opens it up. It's just a completely different set, So for me to do a set of like rope extensions, literally less than half the stack, I mean very moderate weight, slow controlled squeezing, that's gonna feel fucking sick. And I can go as hard as I can in a set like that based on those constraints. Now, if somebody were to give me like the full stack, like 2 plates slapped on the side with like a straight bar, I'd be able to do the same thing. I'd still be able to go as hard as I could on that set, but it would just be a completely different style because then I'm just sort of prioritizing the amount of tension that I have in my triceps and not kind of the sort of burning, squeezing sensation. Which I see a lot of comments where guys are like, there's actually no proof that, and these are not, I'm not saying a lot of comments, but a couple. Sam, there's no proof that the contraction actually correlates to any gains. It's all about the deep stretch. It's all about partial rep. It's all about weighted partials. Dude, are you guys fucking serious? I haven't lifted for that long. In the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of like, characters who have been around 5 years, actually no, 6 years, it's, that's not like fucking masterclass level experience. But even in just that short time frame, I've seen so many kind of different fads and training styles and everything else. It's, it's fucking laughable the way that the kind of like approach to the gym changes based on person to person, and then also based on like this year to next year and the year before that and after. It's kind of a shit show of technique in a way. So don't fucking what really sucks is, there's dudes out there who are gonna talk to their buddies, not just say this to anybody they see in the gym, but if one of these guys' friends is like doing a set of like pec deck flies or whatever else, cable, anything, and he's like holding the squeeze for an extra second, the kid's gonna say, you shouldn't actually really hold that squeeze at all. Come on. There's a few equalizers in, maybe not equalizer may not be the right word, but there's a few kind of pillars of, or tenets of hard ass fucking training which supersede any style and any technique and any rep scheme and anything else. Now, one of those is progressive overload, right? Using weights for reasonable amount of reps. I'm not talking one rep maxes here. I'm talking like doing a set of 8 on like bench where 8 is legitimately as many as you can do. And personally, I think you're better yet having somebody spot you and then going for that 9th rep and failing and have somebody help you. I think that rep is going to give you an extra little bit of oomph compared to just saying like, okay, no way, I get one more. Rack it, you know? So I think gradually getting stronger as you get bigger, which gets a little bit funky because that's not like, that doesn't extend to infinity. But for the most part, from like 150 pounder or below up to like 200, maybe, 210, reasonably lean kind of guy, like a big ass sort of football sort of character, if you can imagine. As you get bigger, you're going to get stronger. So you'll need more weights to continue to stimulate growth. It plays into each other like that. Now, once you get into like the bodybuilder side of things, the actual weights start to diminish in their effectiveness. My chest will not be twice as big if I try to bench twice as heavy. It's just, there's kind of a diminishing return there. But your progressive overload, no matter what kind of style somebody's doing, if you're doing bicep curls or fucking squats and hamstring curls or RDLs or whatever, and you're getting stronger over time, thus you're lifting more weight. I mean, it's been said a million fucking times. Simply by having more muscle in one given spot, or having one muscle be larger, it's going to be able to move more weight. And thus more weight is going to be necessary to actually stimulate it in a way that's actually going to fucking cause gains. So getting bigger and stronger over time should be a pretty solid fucking, what am I thinking there? Well, that should be something you're aiming for, especially within the first like 3-4 years of working out. Secondly, which I think is probably even more important, is just your fucking intensity on a set-by-set basis. Nobody is going to get any bigger or any smaller if they decide, like, okay, I've just watched every Athlete X video that he ever posted, as well as every Jeff Nippert video, plus all of the bodybuilding.com encyclopedia, how to chest day workouts. I've learned everything. And I've come to the conclusion I should do this kind of workout. Dude, whatever. That's not special. It's not the method you necessarily pick. It's the amount of fucking like intensity you can bring regardless of whatever the style is. So I like that personally because, for one, it just makes a lot of sense, but also it makes a pretty solid buffer for you if something ever feels out of whack. If today my tricep was like extra tender, I'm kind of spoiled. My triceps are never really that bad. Like some guys, fucking even any tricep push down like burns their fucking tricep. But for me, that's usually fine. I can still do heavy shit, whatever. But on occasion, let's say I did some kind of incline, or let's say I did some skull crushers one day and my elbows were fucking still sore from the last workout, then all that tells me is, all right, let's make today a little lighter. Don't overload myself because I'm gonna fucking hurt my elbow more. Let's stick to lighter squeezing stuff and still fucking bring it. The bringing it part at the end of whatever set or style or anything that you decide to do, that's what's gonna give it its value. If you if somebody tells me, dude, I got a quad day, 3 sets of barbell squats, 3 sets of machine leg press, 3 sets of lunges, down and back, 100 meters or however. Oh shit, no, 100 meters would be pretty long. I don't know how long. Maybe like 20 lunges, 3 sets of 20 lunges, either leg, something along those lines, whatever. Then I can say like, yeah, I mean that sounds like a pretty solid workout, cool. But if the guy does it and then he just kind of like goes through the motions, scraps around, it doesn't really push it, then whatever. That workout now ceases to result in anything. So all I'm trying to say there is don't fall for any video where you see someone say like, if you're still doing alternating dumbbell curls in 2024, you must be living in a box. You must have been living in a bunker, because that's out. We're all into this kind of curl now. This is what we're doing now. Come on, don't be fooled, and especially don't be fooled if it's got a product link underneath the video. It's like, so you learned from the you learned from the old head at your gym. You should do heavy barbell curls for 10 reps and really try to push it, control it a little bit. Don't swing too much. Maybe a little bit's not too bad. Okay. Well, that might build your biceps all right, but if you buy our new bicep trainer, guess what? Your biceps are going to blow up tenfold. Link in the description. code Fugazi. You know what I'm saying? So just be wary. Just be wary of the misinformation. This will be the last thing I say before we get started, but it's awesome. I think the whole being able to kind of come up during right now, I'd say today's the fucking technological age of the world. Fucking everybody's interconnected on the internet, which has its ups and downs, but the ability to see so much fucking intel. I mean, guys who were getting into bodybuilding in the 80s and the 90s, apart from like if their gym was like a bodybuilder gym and they could actually talk to guys who were already in the thick of it and get like real advice there. These guys were fucking having to like read books and like go on go to actual forums. Not forums, what am I saying? Like what's the word there? Well, let's just say the information was a lot harder to come across. So now you can become a pretty reasonably knowledgeable lifter in just like a couple of weeks if you're watching enough fucking videos on it. But downside is there's just so much fucking bullshit, man. I mean, you tell me, what percentage of, and not just the internet, let's just stick it to working out, but what percentage of workout videos are like, anything where it's basically trying to give advice in a sense, say what's good, what's bad. What percent is even like remotely right? Or would even remotely result in legit gains? Less than half. Less than half for sure. But I think that's enough of my rant. As long as you go hard and you get a pump, just stick to it. But let's get started. Exactly as planned, and kind of what I've been liking for the last couple lifts. Which actually some people may say would probably be a bad thing. Don't start a lift the same way twice in a row. But one more. Maybe next arm day I'll start with like heavy pushdowns or I don't know, dips or something. But a little bit heavier than I thought it would. Partially just due to feeling like it's strong, but this is a weight that I can very, very easily manage doing clean reps with. So, like I said in the car, this is a set where I'm not just moving the weight around and like, okay, this is the hard part. Like moving it isn't necessarily the hard part until the end of the set when I'm kind of hit pretty much failure. The hard part for these first 5, 10, maybe even 15, however strong I end up being, is holding at the bottom and trying to pull my hands backwards as though I'm trying to fucking hyperextend them. That's kind of the cue I've got in my mind. But let's just get started. Actually, let's take another time. Just every week it's sucking, man. Yeah. 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 There. A few more just like that. I've had a bit of a habit of like, I don't know what I changed about my form, but I used to feel a lot of like my short head of my tricep, like this outer kind of side part when I do these. But now I feel like I'm kind of pulling down, like still out, but also behind. I'm getting a crazy amount of long head activation, which is what I'm aiming for. That really fucking makes your triceps kind of pop, as it were. Okay. Whew. Oh, what we got? Yeah, that is fucking nuts. I've never had so much long head activation with these fucking ever. I'm not complaining in any way, shape, or form. Honestly, not even one more. I need a few more. These feel fucking sick. Hey, just give me 1 second. Holy crap. One more. Let's drop the weight a little. Wow. Okay. Holy crap. Ooh. Yeah, that was fucking dirty. Let's change it up. Not sure what to, but I mean, I don't think this workout could even go wrong tricep wise. You know, after I get like 3 solid sets of whatever, I'm already reasonably pumped. Starting to feel good. I feel like I could do any tricep movement next, and it would still be nice. So that just leaves me the choice of what's going to feel the best. My triceps are pretty cooked. I don't think there's any need to load more weight onto the stack than it already has. So, easy bar. Let's throw this shit around with moderate control. Nothing too dirty. Little drop set. Not sure I want to do one more of those. Let me take a second to decide. Yeah. Let's get some single arm alternating. Lightweight, squeeze 5 reps, squeeze 5 reps, back and forth. And honestly, the amount of fatigue my triceps have already, this might be the finisher. Yeah, one more. Oh, I had failure on the right tricep faster than the left one. My right one's a little bit behind, so I gave it a little extra umph. Take this side of failure, match reps with the strong side, but don't exceed them. That's how always helped me unbalance my imbalances. But time for curls. I've got quite the habit of starting off biceps with dumbbell curls of some variety. So let's break the fucking pattern. Easy bar. Let's get some easy bar going. A few more. Same weight, same everything. That's perfect. Yeah. Few more. Actually, two more. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. That's a pretty badass fucking start. No need to leave though. The next movement will actually have this exact same setup with one minor change. Let's just actually keep the same fucking angle too. All right, actually we can zoom out a little more and get a little bit of a better vantage of what's going on. But still seated with the same fucking handle, except now it's overhead. It's on the top attachment. So Sam, what the hell are you gonna do? You gonna bend over and kind of do like bicep curls like that? What the hell? Not exactly. Not exactly. This is so it's the bicep biased underhand pull down. I like it the most on a cable like this with this pulley, just because the leverage gives you a very kind of smooth transition, as it were. I mean, if you lift, you know what I'm talking about. If you try to do tricep pushdowns on the lat pull down machine, it feels very different than on a machine like this with this extra pulley. You know, you can't build up so much momentum. The tension's a bit more constant if you get what I'm saying there. But basic gist, gonna strap in underhanded about shoulder width ish. That ends up being about right. And I'm doing a pull down, you know, it's going here to here, but I'm not trying to use any lats, traps, nothing. So even though my arm is doing this, right? Like if you just look at my upper arm, it's going up here to down here. The primary fucking activator for that movement is not my lats, my biceps. So I'm trying to flex bicep to pull my hand toward my shoulder, not pull my elbow towards my hips. So I think making little analogies like that in your mind does help actually kind of target whatever muscle you're aiming for a little easier. I mean, when I bench now, I don't really think like, okay, push with my hands, push this weight the fuck away from me. Okay, push it away from me. No, I'm really trying to think, okay, pull my elbows toward the center of my chest. Like I'm pulling the weight up with my pecs. But that's kind of, it's hard to explain. You kind of just have to feel it. But let's do a couple here. And these are very squeeze focused. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That was good. Don't really want to do another one though. Let's actually move on to something dumbbell related. But I do like that. And it is a very different way to hit your biceps. So purely for the sake of changing it up, I think at least try it one day. And if you don't like it, then whatever, man. Save it for another few weeks, see if you like it then. All right, let's change this shit up even more. Even more. Today's theme is fucking change. So my plan now, I was getting ready to do like a kind of heavier set of dumbbell curls, but I remember watching a clip of some old Nasser training, and he's sitting pumping out kind of a light dumbbell curl, and it kind of reminded me of doing some of these too. So I'm gonna grab onto this thing for support, bend over a little bit. It's kind of a suffering from success situation, but when you get big enough, especially in your fucking back, when you're doing dumbbell curls, I mean, my arms don't hang like straight down. They're kind of at like a little bit of an angle. That's why when I'm curling, I like bend over to one side. So I actually am kind of in line with my shoulder. So if I'm going to do a single arm curl like this, I'm going to hold on for a little bit of balance and turn myself over. So my arm is completely, or my hand is right below my shoulder. So it's all just kind of bicep. Because if I'm at a little bit of a crooked angle, I get a bit more forearm. But going to start with the right side, just 25s till bicep decimation. And they're going to be slow controlled in the beginning. 1 second hold, squeeze, just like the last set. Boy. No need for straps. I mean, this isn't too taxing on the forearms. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I could have done more with the left bicep, but it's a little ahead of game compared to the right one. So failure on the right side, the weak side, and then call it at match reps on the left side. Same as triceps. But one more slightly different style though. This next set will be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, kind of alternating. Instead of what I said I was about to do, let's do something completely different. So, incline bench, pretty steep, not 45, not 90, somewhere in between. What would that be like? 60 something, 67 and a half. But I'm gonna grab the 25s, strap in, and I think this will be the failure set that finishes it off. So let's just pick a better song and get going. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the end. Let's go pose down before this pump subsides. Exposure lowered to the freaky level, or to a freaky level. Arms. Oh my gosh. I mean, arms just fucking destroyed. They're still burning, which is a very good sign today. So, very different than what I feel like I've been doing. You know, a lot of times I leverage my lifts difficulty by lifting a lot of weight, which I think is fucking solid gains wise. But when you do a big kind of burning out style workout like today, just there we go. Like those crazy fucking squeezing shit, dude. Completely different feeling, which is what I'm aiming for, man. I want to hit my whole frame in every different way imaginable and possible. I want to make sure I'm stimulating some gains somehow. Let's see. Let's roll down the fucking stomach and oh, I fucking feel like it's a little beefcake right now. Holy crap. I mean, triceps are still, it almost feels like they're just as pumped as they were when the workout was over. But I can definitely feel that, not even feel, but just see my triceps are getting a little bit bigger. Even just walking around at the fucking house, if I see myself in the reflection, unpumped, triceps are definitely fucking coming up. And I think it probably has something to do with doing a lot more controlled shit where I really target every sort of fiber imaginable and squeeze as hard as fucking possible instead of just kind of pumping shit out. But let's run through a couple more and get ready to roll. Oh. Even just reaching my arms all the way straight, I feel like I'm putting a crazy amount of tension in my fucking biceps. Oh my goodness. So let's see, what else is there? I think that's all. So, arms pumped to a very satisfactory degree. Now my only concern is going home and refueling them with all sorts of fucking calories. So let's scram. Actually, one more. Oh shit. That's a good fucking pose. Oh. Oh, okay. Now we roll. There we go. Almost a pretty damn fucking big blunder right there, but I just gave myself a freaking heart attack. When I went to look at the fucking pose down clip, I could have sworn it wouldn't actually play like I fucking deleted it. Whew. And with a pump like that, work, man. I'm not gonna say that its value is purely in having it recorded to be shown off, but I would not want to. I would not want to lose that, especially that fucking side chest too. I mean, that's look, that's Instagram. That's an Instagram post right there in and of itself. But oh, meow, meow, get-oo. There's nobody in the parking lot. Give me a second. Oop. Meow. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow. Ow. Fuck. Nah, he ran off. You're not living unless you stop to pet a little cat every now and again. But no, for real. So that side chest pose, damn. And the part that's the craziest, it's not my shoulders, it's not my chest for sure. It's the fact that my right tricep was fucking like blown out of proportion on the side. Dude, triceps are coming up. I think, yeah, I really do think that the squeezing is fucking making a pretty serious change, which I'm all for it. My triceps are a little bit lagging, not even a little bit, they are lagging relative to, especially relative to my biceps. So noticeable tricep gains for me. I'm a happy lifter. I'm most certainly a happy fucking lifter. So when it comes to, I think let's turn this into one of these chats. When it comes to your motivation, workout wise, I see a lot of Instagram reels, a lot of TikTok posts, very negative sources of fucking, action in a way. Right? It's like fucking, you know what? I haven't seen any breakup posts. I've barely seen any TikToks or anything where it's like, oh man, you better like get jacked to get back at her. I guess we're headed in the right direction there, because that's apart from the fact that it's a good starter for somebody to actually start working out. Anything that gets somebody in the gym is fucking legit. But if that's what you're thinking about day in, day out, I mean, during your lifts, everything else, I mean, I don't think you're going to have that much fun. I'm not going to say it won't work, but I've heard, at the craziest, I remember hearing a kid tell me, like, in person, like, he wasn't joking. He's like, yeah, and every set, I try to convince myself that if I don't go to failure, I'm a piece of shit. And I heard that, and I go, yeesh. Damn, man. I mean, fuck. Like, I'm sitting over here, I just finished a chest day, and in my mind, I'm thinking, man, that was fucking fun. That was a good one. I went hard. Nice. So it's like the complete antithesis of like an inner monologue mid-lift. But, I mean, I'm not going to say there's no place for using the gym as like a emotional outlet. I mean, it certainly does the trick if you're ever fucking dealing with anything. But I really do think in the long term, just try to be excited, man. Fake it till you make it. Try to try to get yourself amped up. When it comes to actual like thoughts, I don't have anything too crazy. I don't have like a mental image of like some guy telling me he's gonna fucking like kill my whole family if I don't go to failure on this set of tricep pushdowns, or it's like the world is gonna end if I don't really squeeze as hard as I can on this set of curls. Nothing like that. Really, I just fucking, I mean, I don't even know if I'm the right guy to ask when it comes to motivation, because the part that I enjoy the most is the process. I mean, I haven't like I haven't like competed at a bodybuilding show and like gotten the full like excitement that comes with all that, which I know is definitely gonna. I mean, as long as you roll up and you're in good shape and you're conditioned and you show yourself off well, even if you don't win a bodybuilding show, that's gonna feel fucking badass. All sorts of poses, got a whole crowd cheering. I mean, that's definitely a fucking. That's gonna be a top tier kind of moment in your mind. But I don't have something like that where I'm like, I want that feeling again. Come on, let's do it. Like I'll hear a lot of clips of, not so much lately, but a ton of clips of like Tom Platz talking about, like, I would trade whatever for that one night, like the energy, the stage, the crowd. Like, it's incredible. Like, I don't, I don't have that. I haven't done it before, so I don't. It's like that clip. I've never tried Kentucky Fried Chicken, so I know I'll never crave it. You know. So the part that gets me going is, like, for one thing, just walking around big. That does it for me. I really like that. So maybe that's a little bit of the process too. But even just coming to the fucking gym and training, like, I'm excited for it. That's one of the, not even one of, I mean, that's one of the fucking, if not highlight of a lot of my fucking days. It's like, all right, I got a fucking arm day. Come on. And even if, I mean, even if it may not look like I enjoy it on some days, like, that's the fun part. That's the fucking cool part. It's not just like being big, it's going through the process of getting big. I'll talk to I've got some old coaches where they tell me, and so back when I did gymnastics, I've had a couple of the coaches were like really fucking high level gymnasts. So that, I mean, that's hours upon hours of work, college, everything, like national competitions. And I remember him saying to me, it's like, I don't remember any of them. I don't remember the actual like competing part. That's just a drop in the bucket. What you really remember is kind of the training and everything else that kind of went into it. So if that's 99 fucking percent of it, and if you never compete or anything, I mean, if you're just like lifting because you want to be a bit bigger, that's 100% of it. Then yeah, try to fucking enjoy it, And I don't think there's not a shortage of things to enjoy. Fucking having a whole little crew of guys that you like, talking to them, just spitting random shit. Don't don't think I don't know. It gets pretty lonely out in the world, especially if you're if you're on the busier end of things. You got whatever day of school, whatever day of work. You come home, all your friends have now moved away because you're not in high school anymore. There's not a crazy amount of social hour that everybody gets on the regular. So going to a place where there's a reasonably large crowd of guys who are doing the same sort of thing as you, it's just nice, man. Parallel play is fucking cool. Now, that's not gonna fucking dissuade me from doing a lift when the gym is empty, crazy late at night, but it's a benefit. It's definitely a benefit. Doing the same stuff as everybody else around you, kind of feeding off their energy back and forth. That's the way to do it. But so what I was getting at is a lot of motivation for working out, or maybe it's just like I'm just judging this off of fucking Instagram posts. It may not be a real representation of reality, but a lot of it is it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill the old me. He's gone. This is what remains. I mean, I think I'm just being. I think I'm just judging. I don't think anybody actually seriously thinks like that. But if your primary kind of function, like, okay, I got to do this, is purely like, okay, I gotta show them. I need to prove that I'm worth something. I need to. Then I think the flaw is not necessarily in the motivation per se. It's in the mentality that you're using to get it. It's like, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks, man? Right? If you do everything that you do in your whole day just for anybody else's approval, then you're not living your own life. You're just living it for the goal of conforming to everybody else. So I think there's a certain awakening that you come to, and a lot of the times I feel like it's I mean, I'm not going to say like a rock bottom situation, but kind of, and the sooner you get this, the better. Some people never go through it, and then they end up just growing up to being a total asshole. It's unfortunately a larger percentage than I'm sure we would all like, but everybody's got to come to or I think everybody should come to a realization, like the quality and kind of the fucking like just your ability to enjoy what you do day by day by day by day by day. That's on you. That's nobody else's responsibility, and it's so easy to just blame anything else. It's like, oh, dude, I would have gone to the league if it wasn't for fucking LaRusso. Or dude, I would have been in the Olympics for fucking Taekwondo if it wasn't for LaRusso hitting me with that knee kick. Or the guy from fucking, um, oh, the guy from Napoleon Dynamite throwing the football at the camera. And it's like, oh man, I could have gone pro. It's like, what really stopped you? Was it you were like on track to be the next Tiger Woods, but suddenly you got like hit by a bus and your swing never came back? I mean, how many situations are really like that? I think it's more so you get a little bit of everybody suffers from it, a little bit of delusion of like, oh, I could do that. I could have been really cool I could have got really good at this. I just, this happened, and then it's like, my fucking, oh, it's like my fucking asshole parents, bro. It's just not a good excuse, and we know it. We're trying to fool ourselves there. If you're if you ever kind of fuck something up seriously, it is very easy and comfortable for the human mind to say, well, it was because of them. It wasn't because of me. It was because of them. And then you're just like, oh, you're kind of binding yourself up in your mind. It's like, oh, it's a little bit of a better approach to say, okay, maybe I've been going about this the wrong way. Maybe I'm the fucking asshole here. That is a thought that maybe crosses what percentage of people? I don't mean kids. I don't mean I'm talking fully grown adults out in the world. How many of them actually think to themselves and mean it, and then kind of act upon it and say, okay, I think I'm the fucking asshole here. I gotta change something. Dude, maybe 10 fucking percent. And it's not just about like how you act in the world. It's gonna fucking reflect in the things that you do. If you're like anybody that's particularly spiteful or just like very gossipy and like he said, she said, whatever, they I never see them kill it. I never see them killing it. So maybe that's just my observation, but I think I'm reasonably unbiased in thinking that. So all that is to say, try to get a little more concerned with the things that you can control in your own day-by-day basis, and don't forget that you're going to be living your life based on what you're doing right now in 10 years, in 20 years, in however many years, even in just a few weeks. So if you're not where you want to be, the issue isn't necessarily like, oh, well, this happened, and I couldn't get around. You're where you are right now because of everything that you've done for the past however long, really just your whole fucking life. So that's where you've got two selves, you've got you right now, and then you've got you in the future. So if you can sacrifice a little bit of your comfort in your present self later on down the line, which is going to happen like the blink of an eye. Right now I can fucking remember when I was a kid swinging on the swing, like yelling at my mom to see how high I was going up. I feel like it was fucking yesterday, man, when I was like, yay big. This time is going to pass regardless. So if you can handle a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of fucking like, okay, really putting in some effort, like, all right, break a sweat. If you can handle that now, you will enjoy it later. And that'll just kind of continue to progress. Not to infinity, of course. We're not going to be floating around that long. But that's the right move, I think. You can do whatever you want. I'm not your dad. But in the context of at least being jacked and trying to go after something which you think you could be good at, and you got a little bit of you got a reasonable amount of potential in, and then I say you got to pull the trigger and lock in. Because if you don't, it is going to suck to have to think, oh man, I wish I would have fucking started doing that. Damn. Because then, you got no choice but to cope. So I'd rather go all out now than regret not even trying later on. That's my thought process there. That's my finishing statement. So now I want to go home and slam some kind of something. Probably because I made some earlier, right? Yellow, like not fingerling, but yellow, like small potatoes, the little ones. Like I eat one in one bite. 3 pounds, spread it around a fucking tray. Olive oil, salt, pepper, salt, pepper, paprika, cayenne. I think that's all. Give it a good mix. 45 minutes at 450. Or was it 370? I can't remember what it did. Either way, I got 3 pounds of cooked potatoes in the fridge, so I need to look up how many grams is going to be equivalent to 150 grams of carbs. Match that with a half pound of ground beef. Take my fish oil, take my vitamins, brush my teeth, shower off, and hit the sack. And get ready for legs tomorrow. So I'll see you then.